Hey yo, I said the other day, not yesterday, but the day before, that I was going to fully cover everything on these two lists, and it ended up freezing, and then I kind of just gave up. So it ended up freezing at some point in this list as I was having it read. So I just figure we'll continue hacking away at this and just come back to it from time to time and just do a little bit more in terms of investigating each of these companies. And I think it's valid for the sake of preventing redundancy in development. Oh yeah, and I was able to do some interesting stuff, so I'm going to try and come at you with a different designer webcam form every time. That's going to be my goal. Because and looking at the aesthetic presentation of the other streams, I was like, it seems a little bit drab to just be doing the same thing. So I'm always trying to bring you something valid. And I think it's cool to experiment with every aspect of what we have here. So where did we get to? Where did we get to here? Cyclia? And then Cyclance. I think we got, well, just take off from 26. As I said, because of the validity of this, like just having an all-encompassing, comprehensive understanding of the entire technical reality of what's in the market at present is good. I think it's good to have because, again, redundancy is prevented. I mean, if you know that somebody else has already achieved something, you might want to attempt to do something slightly different than what they've done, or be able to collaborate with them on some level, or learn from what they've already done in order to start at a more advanced stage of things. So I just think, in a general sense, plus it's just good to have knowledge, right? It's good to have knowledge of the entire kind of development reality of the current moment. So Cyclance, and let's see what Cyclance is doing. I think it'll boot me back to the beginning here.
By Analytics Insight December 18, 2020. Artificial intelligence, AI, is not just a buzzword, but Cyclance. Headquarters, Irvine, California, United States. Founded, 2012. Focus area, artificial intelligence, machine learning. Sector, cybersecurity. Cylance, a leading provider of cybersecurity products
Oh,
and services.
sorry, Silence.
Services utilizes AI and machine learning to solve security problems by preventing rather than detecting potential threats and malware. The company promptly and precisely identifies what is safe and what is a threat, not just what is in a blacklist or whitelist, by using a breakthrough mathematical process. By integrating sophisticated math and machine learning with a unique understanding of a hacker's mentality, Cylance offers the technology and services to be truly predictive and preventive against advanced threats.
Okay. So again, I mean, we could give a rating of each site as it is presented, and also compare the wikis with what's on here. So like, I mean, the site is nothing. So, or like the immediate presentation. Endpoint security for enterprise are not even links. Learn about AI-driven security from BlackBerry. This is the this is the most simplistic site I've encountered thus far. I would give the overall presentation of this site. Let's see what they have to say for themselves. BlackBerry Cyber Suite. Um, I don't know. Ultimately, there's really no way of knowing. Like, it's not. There's no way of knowing what they're doing back end behind the hood here. So, I mean, I think I'm pretty reasonable in asserting that the site presentation and the site of each company would be the best represent. I mean, like if you're all that in a bag of chips, then let's see the most impressive website I've ever seen. I mean, like we're claiming AI here. Shouldn't your AI be able to do it all? You know, like I think that's a good standardized test. Personally, I think it's logical. So we'll just quickly read this over.
BlackBerry Cyber Suite. Zero trust security with a zero-touch experience. Secure and protect your users and devices, even BYOD laptops and smartphones, with a solution that's focused on earning trust across any endpoint and continuously validating that trust at every event or transaction. Contact us. Watch video. AI-enabled security across all endpoints. Is your organization equipped with the tools to empower your employees, no matter where they are working? In a situation where employees may be unable to report to the office, it's essential that they still have secure access to the data and apps they need, whether they use corporate or personal-owned devices. The BlackBerry registered trademark symbol Cyber Suite provides complete security, effectively preventing breaches and safeguarding against sophisticated threats with advanced AI. It provides a total zero-trust solution with coverage across the full spectrum of devices, ownership models, network, apps and people. It continuously authenticates users and dynamically adapts security policies to deliver a zero-touch experience that improves security with no user interruption. The BlackBerry Cyber Suite is a comprehensive unified endpoint security (UES) solution. It provides complete prevent, detect, and respond cybersecurity to enterprises of any size in any industry.
It's surprising to see a company like this without or pursuing this angle on their services without mentioning blockchain or crypto at all. I mean, like it's strange. So thus far, I would say this is one of the worst, maybe the worst company that I've encountered thus far. From my personal opinion, that's just how I feel. In my opinion, oh, what is this, BlackBerry? Oh, this is the BlackBerry site. Yeah. In my opinion, Silence is the worst that we've seen thus far. This is the most BlackBerry Silence. I think it's, from all that I see here, I rank it at the bottom of the list. Oh, I would just quickly mention also, completely unrelated, Brian Serhant. It's amazing what he's doing. It's like this $169 million apartment. It's pretty nice. If you'd buy me a $169 million apartment by the end of the day, I would consider that fair. Just so we're on the same level here. Data Iku.
IKU. Headquarters, New York,
Is it Data
United.
Iku?
Dataiku. Headquarters, New York,
Data.
United States. Founded, 2013. Focus area, artificial intelligence, data integration, enterprise software, machine learning. Sector, cross-industry. Dataiku is the centralized data platform that moves businesses along their data journey from analytics at scale to enterprise AI. By providing a common ground for data experts and explorers, a repository of best practices, shortcuts to machine learning and AI deployment and management, and a centralized, controlled environment, Dataiku is the catalyst for data-powered companies. Customers like Unilever, GE, and Comcast use Dataiku to ensure they are moving quickly and growing exponentially along with the amount of data they're collecting.
Ooh, Dataiku. Let's see what their site looks like. I like the colors. It's nice, bright. I mean, you don't want it too bright, but color scheme at least. It's not bad. Mm.
Dataiku key capabilities. Data preparation. The Dataiku visual flow allows coders and non-coders alike to easily build data pipelines with datasets, recipes to join and transform datasets, and the ability to build predictive models. The visual flow also has code and reusable plugin elements for customization and advanced functions. Explore. Visualization. Dataiku saves time with quick visual analysis of columns, including the distribution of values, top values, outliers, invalids, and overall statistics. For categorical data, the visual analysis includes the distribution by value, including the count and percent of values for each value. Explore.
Okay, let's look into visualization.
Visualization with Dataiku. Explore and create statistical analysis, charts, and dashboards to understand and share data insights. Data preparation. Machine learning. Exploratory data analysis. Dataiku saves time with quick visual analysis of columns, including the distribution of values, top values, outliers, invalids, and overall statistics.
I would assume off the top of my head, and this, there's no way of me verifying this until something is specifically mentioned, but I would assume, given by what I see here, for one reason or another, just intuitively, that they're using Google Cloud Platform's modules. I mean, what I think this is an example of a company who's probably using what is offered by a company like Google, or like a facet like Google Cloud Platform. I don't know, it just kind of, it smacks of Google. You know what I mean? Like the color kind of smacks of Google, and like what it's mentioning here, like geospatial analytics, seems to be exactly what they're offering in terms of their modules through the cloud platform. Statistical analysis like this all seems to be the kind of thing that would be facilitated by a lot of the modules that were mentioned in this video that I posted a while ago. So like, I'm not sure if I did the entire thing, went through the entire video, or went through the entire list of modules. But here you go. This is a summary. It's on my channel. This is a summary of Google Cloud Platform's modules. So these are like pre-programmed data analytics and AI modules that are then ported through an API in a company like this. I assume that's what they're doing, but we'll keep reading here. We'll just read through the geospatial and the other ones quickly.
Geospatial analytics. Dataiku includes special handling for geospatial data, including specific formats for data analysis and presentation. Visual geocoding and decoding make it easy to create geopoints or extract location information like latitude and longitude for mapping. GeoJoin allows users to connect datasets based on geographic information. Map-based analysis enables users to put geodata onto maps for analysis and sharing. Statistical analysis. Dataiku facilitates robust statistical analysis, including univariate and bivariate analysis, with multiple available charts per column. Statistical tests include fit distributions, fit curve, correlation matrix, PCA, student t-test, Shapiro-Wilk normality test, two-sample mood test, two-sample Kolmogorov-Smirnov test.
Ooh, the old two-sample Kolmogorov-Smirnov test. Ah, yes. I'm just kidding. I don't know what that is.
Test, one-way ANOVA test, chi-square independence test, and more. Dashboards. Dashboards in Dataiku allow project owners to share information about their projects with stakeholders across the company, including charts, analysis, discussions, wikis, and more. Dashboards are easy to build and view in Dataiku. They can be shared with users across the organization in just a few clicks. Integrations with Tableau, Qlik, and Power BI. In addition to the native visualization and dashboarding functionality that Dataiku provides out of the box, the platform also supports the use of existing BI tools.
So they haven't mentioned any of the aforementioned modules, or like their interaction or their collaboration with implementing or their implementing of Google, what Google's developed. So they haven't mentioned it specifically, but maybe I would still say there's still a chance that I'm right about that. Okay, let's keep going here. Keep going for the main list.
Dataminer. Headquarters, New York, United States. Founded, 2009. Focus area, machine learning, social media monitoring, natural language processing. Sector, cross-industry. Dataminer uses a powerful algorithm to transform all publicly available data from social media and other data sets into critical breaking information and events to users across industries. Its solutions for corporate security, news, the public sector, PR, crisis management, and finance rely on July 24 by thousands of clients in over 70 countries. Dataminer has been recognized as one of the world's leading businesses in AI and machine learning innovation, pioneering groundbreaking technology for detecting, qualifying, and classifying public information in real time.
So again, all of these sites look pretty much the same. You know, it's something that I could put together. I mean, like if I really disciplined myself, I haven't seen yet well, there are a couple sites I think earlier. I mean, you know, once in a while I'll see a site that's truly something special. But like this is just a template. For the most part. I mean, like whoever designed this site, I assume that they were pretty well compensated, right? So I don't know. I believe in that. I believe in putting it all right there. Bam. You know, we're supposed to be developing the highest technology in the entire world. Then it better design a website real well. So like, you know, it's not bad, it's straightforward, it's not that confusing. You know, it's you could say that as an excuse, it's oriented toward business, just people who are, you know, not dedicated technologists that are just trying to get a grasp on what this is. I think as soon as you become interested in web dev and all of the infinite possibilities that exist in being able to conceptualize the original JavaScript, like original APIs via the web browser, then I'm like, I want to push it to the limit. You know what I mean?
Products. Technology. Resources. About. Real-time.
Well, I just would say that like AI is pushing it to the limit already. So that's why I feel so strongly about this, is just because, as I've mentioned in previous instances on previous streams, this represents the most inadvertent, abstracted approach to optimization. In that, I make the point again, there's a distinction to be made between UI and UX optimization and the kind of AI AGI automation that these companies in some cases represent.
Real-time AI for event and risk detection. Datamina's real-time AI platform detects the earliest signals of high-impact events and emerging risks from within publicly available data. Learn more. Request a demo. New physical asset security solution for Datamina Pulse. Learn more. Welcome Watchkeeper to Datamina. We're excited to announce our acquisition of Watchkeeper. The addition of this innovative geovisualization platform to Datamina Pulse will empower forward-thinking businesses to re-engineer how they manage tomorrow's advanced information landscape. Know critical information first, respond with confidence, and manage crises more effectively. For businesses, identify and respond to emerging risks across your enterprise. Learn more. For the public sector, enabling the fastest real-time response. Learn more. For newsrooms, gain the earliest edge in discovering stories that matter to your audience.
I would have to spend a lot of time really thinking about this in order to be able to derive the value of this. I don't know. I'll come back to this and keep thinking about this. Anyhow, the website, again, it's not super impressive. I wanted an original CSS designed 3JS graphical animation in the background here. This should all be like some, actually it should gather data from your system and integrate it into a collage of pictures of you that dance across the background and add all kinds of effects and stuff like that. Actually, who's doing that? Now that who is doing that? Like, here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. There is a guy that's actually doing this, Rafiq Farag. So, like, this is the kind, like, you know, Rafiq Farag. One sec. He's always on my timeline. Rafiq, is it Rafiq? Here it is. Yeah, it's Rafiq. Or sorry, not for Rafiq Farag. That's another dude. Rafiq Anadol. Like Anadrol. Like, yeah, this guy is doing AI that, and like, you know, there's like, the one thing that I was saying to him is that it's interesting to think about interactive, but like elements like this, right? I think the aesthetic is awesome. Of course, this is like art gallery installations. These are physical installations. But it's cool how it's an AI generated form and color scheme and all of that. I think that's mathematically it's cool. So that just made me think about that. Data robot.
Data robot. Headquarters, Boston, Massachusetts, United States. Founded, 2012. Focus area, artificial intelligence, data science, machine learning, statistical modeling, automated machine learning. Sector, enterprise AI. Data robot, an automated machine learning platform, provides a predictive analytics platform for data scientists of all skill levels to rapidly develop and deploy predictive models. The Data Robot platform utilizes enormously parallel processing to train and assess thousands of models in R, Python, Spark MLib, H2O and other open source libraries. It searches through millions of possible combinations of algorithms, pre-processing steps, features, transformations and tuning parameters to deliver the best models for business's dataset and prediction target.
So that might be useful for a lot of people. As soon as you have open source libraries, you know. Like, what I'm talking about is like a Turing style natural language processing interface. That's it. That's it. That's what I expect. I expect a Turing passing, automatic, freely accessible, fully implemented Turing API that you just talk to. Hi, welcome to Data Robot. What can I do for you? That's what I'm talking about. Until then, I'm not letting it drive my car. Even if I had a car. If I had a freaking Tesla, I wouldn't. I want it passing the Turing test.
Empowering the human heroes of the intelligence revolution. DataRobot is the leading end-to-end enterprise AI platform that automates and accelerates every step of your path from data to value. Request a demo. Start free trial. Heroes of the intelligence revolution. AI heroes have helped their companies become more innovative, serve their customers better, collaborate more effectively with their partners, and improve the world in meaningful ways. Anyone can become a hero across any business function. Explore AI heroes. Accelerate your business impact from AI with DataRobot. With DataRobot's enterprise AI platform and automated decision intelligence, all key stakeholders can now collaborate in extracting business value from data. This ranges from data scientists, business analysts, the IT team responsible for governance and compliance, to the business executives and analytics leaders who derive business impact from the deployed models.
So, I mean, over the long haul, over the absolute long term of things, I mean, just this list, you could spend, realistically and on a serious level, you could spend years delving into each one of these companies, getting to know each one of the services, just familiarizing and testing just this list. So like that's just how I think. I mean, you can never like, and then there'll probably be another list and you could exhaust that one. So I just think it's a good thing to keep the ball rolling on. You know what I mean? Like I just want to do a quick assessment of each site as it's presented. That's the first goal. We can always go back to the beginning. And when I comments on how they're not impressive to me. I mean, I'm not God's gift to web development, but I figure here's how I feel. Just one sec. How are we getting here? I'm just trying to get to my site. So I'm just gonna, compare my site to this. So one sec. I'm not a So my point is that this is my site. It's comparable to what's going on there, right? So whoever, I mean, like, I'm not getting paid, right? Nobody's paying me. So I assume that whoever designed those sites was fairly well compensated. And since I'm not compensated anything, I think my point stands. I mean, if it's, that's the only point that I'm making. I hate to be somebody who criticizes others, but, you know, some web developers make good money. Uh,
Our team research and builds safe AI systems. What if solving one problem could unlock solutions to thousands more? Find out more. Our team research and builds safe AI systems. We're committed to solving intelligence.
Something as simple as having this background video is kind of what I'm talking about. Like, I just like it a little bit more vibrant and visually. It looks visually better, Like, I mean, just simple things like that, right? So yeah, the one thing that I'm gonna do is integrate a lot of audio in my site, right? Like, I have like an ambient sound of water on my site, but like, yeah, I don't know.
Intelligence to advance science and humanity. Latest from DeepMind. Featured publication. Highly accurate protein structure prediction with AlphaFold. John Jumper, Richard Evans, et al. Nature 2021. Open source. AlphaFold. An open source implementation of the AlphaFold version 2.0 system. News. An update on our racial justice efforts. To help combat racism and advance racial equity, we've made donations to organizations that support Black communities in the blog post.
Cool. So, at the end of the day, you don't know what went into this, right? You don't know if this is all entirely original visuals. I mean, like, creating the content, not using like stock imagery or stock animations. That's the kind of thing that I'm doing. I mean, like, all of the images on my site, if they're photographs, I took them. If it's an image, I mean, like, I did use a template, but like, I think there's something to be said for the content. So that one's better. That one. The other two, which was the worst one? The worst one was Silence. I found that to be the most lackluster. These two were slightly better, or these three were slightly better, and then DeepMind is slightly better than them. Thus far, that's how I would rate them.
Descartes Labs. Headquarters, Santa Fe, New Mexico, United States. Founded, 2014. Focus area, artificial intelligence, machine learning, image recognition, deep learning, agriculture. Sector, enterprise AI. Descartes Labs is a predictive intelligence company, makes a data-agnostic platform for performing global-scale analyses unbound by computing limitations. Descartes Labs launched as a spin-out from Los Alamos National Laboratory in December 2014. The company is developing the world's largest and most diverse data refinery to bring together all of the data, all of the time.
So somebody likes Descartes. You must like Descartes, unless that's really their name. I don't know. It seems like an abstract reference. It's like, Tesla, Descartes. But who knows, maybe the owner, like, you never know. There you go. Better still. Nice. Something as simple as just a nice video background. It pleases me. It slightly pleases me. And then you go. Little simple animations. Oy, oy. Cool. That one was nicer. It's just as good as DeepMind or a little bit better. To close some of these tabs. And it would be interesting. Okay, so just, I'm trying to keep on the crypto tip at least moderately. So we went through some of those. We're about to start Digital Genius at number 32, and I just want to search Ethereum price because I mentioned before that cross-referencing Coinbase and Binance has led me to huge disparities between the listed prices. And so I do have Binance. I'm not sure if it's going to be entirely accurate. So 1 Ethereum is currently at 24.65. And if we go to Binance, one ETH. See, I mean, I'm not imagining this. So this is why I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a fuck about anything. Because, unless somebody points this out, am I smoking crack here? An ETH is trading at 1966. Okay? 1966 on Binance. I'm sorry. Oh, that's US dollars. Okay, that's US dollars. Alright, shit. That's what it is. But actually, maybe that was what it was on Coinbase. Okay, so we finally sorted that out. Alright. But, it could have adjusted to Canadian dollars for me. Alright, so we're going to have to be careful about that. But honestly, I would stay on that. Because you never know, man. You really don't. What if you're like, alright, I'll make a purchase, whatever. It's like, I don't know, man. I really don't know, bro. You don't know either. If you're just on Binance and you just assume, I would consider the validity of my position. So, okay, let's just watch a little financial education here. Okay, so I think the important thing would be, I guess, be a little bit more careful than I have been in the past. I guess it's the US dollar thing, but like I would be very I would be careful about comparing the prices between different platforms and different sources of data on it. Like search Google, see what the price is on Google, immediately cross-reference with Coinbase, immediately cross-reference with Binance or Kraken or what have you. So we're just gonna hang out with this dog, just a little bit. I'm just gonna hang out with this guy. I'm gonna channel ride him for a secchi here, cause I'm just gonna take a little break. So I have to reset some things here. All right.
Howdy there, folks, and welcome into today's video. Hope you guys are doing great as always out there. We've got to get into something here today. I sold $145,000 plus worth of a stock, okay? I want to get into why I made that decision to sell that stock in this video. And mostly we're going to get into what stocks I'm buying with that money and why I'm buying these particular stocks. I'm going to mention a couple stocks in this video that you might not have heard of for a long time on this channel, and maybe even a stock or two you've never heard of before. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, don't forget to smash that like button to help us out in the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate you guys in a huge way. And by the way, what do you think? Okay, we got a race going on. Financial education here, the main channel, it's on its way to 700,000 subscribers. It's about 9,000 subscribers away. But also Financial Education 3 is on its road to 100K. But that one's also about 9,000 subscribers away. So what do you guys think is going to hit those milestones first? 700K for the main channel or 100K for FE3? We shall see. And if you're looking to scale your stock market portfolio to much bigger numbers than you're at now, you want to accomplish a lot more in the stock market, maybe check out the private stock group. And if you want to join that, apply to join that.
So I do watch this guy on a regular basis, you know, and that is that.
Well, howdy there, folks. Up there. And I mean, if you look at a stock like Tesla that I hold, a lot of people say, oh, Tesla's overvalued, blah, 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 right? That has a forward P of 163. Shopify's around 400, okay? So, I mean, you know, you compare it to some of these other companies and it's like, geez, that's high, okay? For Shopify's valuation to somewhat make sense, if we were to go all the way out to 2024, right? Let's assume Shopify had $5 billion of net income. This stock would be trading right now at a 38 2024 PE ratio, okay? 2024 we're talking about, that's years in advance, and that would be a 38, and I feel like that would be a pretty fair value, okay? 5 billion net income, how realistic is that? Well, they expect to do about 5.91 billion in 2022, right? Maybe they do 6 billion. Let's say they do 6 billion, they beat it by a little bit, or maybe just over 6 billion. That would put them, in my opinion, based upon the study I've done in this company, that would put them at about 7.5 billion in my opinion for revenue in 2023. And I believe in 2024 this company will do around roughly $9.5 billion in top line revenue. Okay? Now, can $5 billion reach bottom line in 2024? I highly doubt it, okay? Highly doubt it. I do believe the company will have $2 to $3 billion of net income in 2024, okay? And so if that's the case, I mean, we're talking about this stock's trading at a 70 to maybe even like a 90 to 100 2024 PE ratio right now, okay? 2024, that's, you know, insanely high, needless to say, okay? I mean, just really darn high. Once again, this is my minor reason around valuation, but it is absolutely a reason that I was looking at this. And I said there's other stocks that I feel like are better values out there that I can buy right now in the market, and the valuation's gotten insanely pushed up as, you know, everything in big tech has just continued to jump higher and higher, right? And so for me, it kind of makes sense to cash this one, rotate the money over, okay? Now, next question question is, what stocks am I buying and planning on buying with the money, and why, okay? Well, first one up here that I've been buying is Voyager Digital. This stock has been decimated. Let's be quite clear about that, okay? At its peak, it was around about a $5 billion market cap or so, $1.6 billion here today. The stock has just been absolutely decimated, right? This is a crypto brokerage that wants to, over the next couple years, expand into stock brokerage, debit cards, credit cards, banking products. They've talked about all these sorts of things and expanding into those products over the next few years, essentially, okay? But right now, it's just a core crypto brokerage and a crypto app. Essentially, that's on your phone that you can place trades with. I actually, make some moves if I'm buying anything crypto related, actually on the Voyager app, okay? Now, Bitcoin has been in a rough spot recently, right? It's now under 30,000. At its peak, it was 65,000, okay? And so essentially, when it comes to Voyager Digital, if Bitcoin's going up and up and up, yes, where essentially Voyager goes. Voyager goes up and up and up. If Bitcoin goes down a bunch, Voyager gets absolutely destroyed. And some people kind of play Voyager stock as kind of like a play on Bitcoin.
What is Voyager? Okay. I think about the minivan. Is it probably, I don't know what it is, but why is it related to Bitcoin? Can we get an official site here? Voyager Digital. Official site. So again, it's or invest Voyager. Here you go. It's another one of these. It's like it's like something like a holding company where they're just playing the stock angle. I love it when they try to do that. You go to sites and it's like literally stock imagery. Like you go to the site and it's like stock photographs from some like set of photographs, and it's like buy our stock. I love it. I don't know. I would start a holding company. If I were in the right position, I would definitely start a holding company. I don't think that's, or an index. I don't see that as being illegitimate. But there's yeah. Let's see what these people are doing.
Investor Relations. VYGR is traded on the Canadian Securities Exchange, CSE. Please check your broker to see if they support CSE stocks. Additionally, an over-the-counter, OTC, version of our stock is available across many US brokers and can be purchased via the VYGVF symbol. About Voyager. Voyager Digital, Canada, Limited through its United States operating subsidiaries, Voyager Digital Holdings Incorporated operate a crypto asset broker that provides retail and institutional investors with a turnkey solution to trade crypto assets. Voyager offers investors best execution, data and custody services through its institutional-grade open architecture platform. Voyager was founded by established Wall Street and Silicon Valley entrepreneurs who teamed to bring a better, more transparent and cost-efficient alternative for trading crypto assets to the marketplace. Voyager is based in New York and is registered with FinCenter.
Okay, I would definitely ask anybody, if anybody's listening, I would ask them if they're currently able to exchange crypto assets to fiat. Maybe I could trade some ETH for a ruble or a lire, but I don't know, we'll see. Because actually, here's what I'd like to kind of look at. I just keep on bouncing around here. The reason I'm not uptight about that, I just bounce from one thing to another, is because that's how the mind tends to actually work. Like, everything is interconnected. So, that's kind of why I'm doing the daily stream now, is just because I used to bounce from one subject to another. and I just felt that that was too all over the place. But at the end of the day, this channel is about me. This is about me and my thoughts, and communicating with you, and maybe having some exchange between us in an organized manner. So I don't think it's unreasonable to just throw it out there. You know what I mean? And like, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. If you think it's too erratic, that's fine. I think I make a good point, because that's how the modern information age is. There's information from everywhere bombarding your psyche, and it's all connected. Everything exist in some form of relationship to something else. Oh yeah, just off the top of my head here as well, I wanted to mention it because it is on a list of things that I wanted to mention. But Rick Doblin was on the Lex Friedman podcast. Lex, I gave him mad props. Lex, nice work, bud. Carl Hart next. Yeah.
To me, that...
So, I gotta go use the bathroom, and I'm gonna take a comfortable rest in the bathroom. So I'm just gonna take a very short break, and I'm gonna come right back. But, and it's not very sunny a day, so...